Hi guys, my computer, see, it's messed up. So I'm not going to touch anything else. I'm just going to leave it on the touch screen. Because if I touch my... I have to wait till everybody gets back over here. Hey, sorry. I freaking touched my keyboard and everything went berserk. Okay. I'm having a heck of a time. Okay, I'm just going to delete that after I get everybody over here. All right. Sorry about that, guys. I don't see a live on my phone. I think I have to do it through I don't know, the website. Yeah. And now I can't do any more readings for a while until I get a new computer or figure something out. So I'm really, really frustrated right now. I can't even use my keyboard at all. So, anyways, if anybody can, I can use donations more now than ever. Always something with me, I tell you. I just get ahead and then something just happens. So, I wasn't going to take questions. I was actually wanting to just chit chat about some things I found out about Suzanne's case. I was looking at some things between yesterday and today, and that's probably why I'm so tired. I'm kind of wearing myself out on this stuff. But so I was looking at her Puma Pass house, and it looks like the one that I saw. Now, I've seen other pictures of it, so I didn't think so. But when I look at the front and I see all those windows and all those logs, and then I look at the lot that it's on surrounded by trees, I mean, it's literally just like my vision. But the only thing is that she didn't show the whole house. Really, she zoomed in on the windows and stuff for some reason, just to maybe so I would know that was the house. She did cross it off in reading 2. Why? Unless she's saying she's not at the exact property. But randomly in my group, I had gotten boulders, which I forgot to tell you guys about. I just remembered it today. Someone told me that the boulders and the trees were what was replaced there. Now, if you look on a map, I mean, you couldn't really see it from her house because of all the trees, right? But if you look on the map, across the street, there's a pond. So why she's showing me the house and then showing me the pond that you could see, I guess, if you're looking at a map, or that it's there, I'm just wondering if that area was ever checked, because she keeps referencing the pond. And I think it's a different area that hasn't been checked. I think it's across the street. Why she's referencing that, I don't know. But she's definitely referencing that house. Maybe because I don't think that area has been checked. So that would be a suggestion. I know there's not much that can be done now with the snow. And obviously it's going to take dogs for her, because he's good at landscaping, so he's probably good at making things look like they've never been touched. So it was the Puma Pass house, I believe, because it looks exactly like it. As far as I had never seen the house before, so I didn't know. But someone said that it looked like that, and I think you guys are right. When I looked at different pictures, one time it's green and one time it's got red on it. So I don't know if there was changes done in the different pictures, but the front of the house where, let's see if I can find the picture. I took a picture of it. I just got to find it real quick because I've been seeing a bunch of stuff to my group today, and I was going to rest today. I need to. I feel super tired. So this right here, how it has the logs and the windows. I don't know if you, and I always also said A-frame. I don't know if you guys have, if you go by my drawing, if you look at the lot, you zoom out and look at the lot, it is a lot and it's surrounded by trees. So I do think that that's it. That's the first time looking at that house. So another thing I wanted to mention was I found, I don't know if you guys remember, in reading 3, I got the word hillside. Well, on the map, I keep wanting to go up by the airport. Now I found out that, so I don't have to say her name, M, you probably know who I'm talking about, lived at 8,000 County Road 152 from what we can find out. And I kept being interested in her area because of when Suzanne was talking about the Vallow case, how the kids were buried in her boyfriend's yard. So if it's opposite, I don't know if she was just trying to point to Morgan's house or what, but I always get drawn up this way to the round area on the map. And I noticed there's an airport there. Now, airport's been coming through for a long time since Dulce, but I have to tell you that I keep going over. Okay, so I want to always go along the river for some reason, right? And I know that a psychic picked up Dead Horse Gulch, and I know that people have checked over there, but I don't think she's exactly at Dead Horse Gulch. Psychics can get within miles. There's something over there, and I'll tell you why I believe that. Because when I was on my way over there today, well, actually, I was on the map, and I kept going up. So when I was up by M's house, I got a headache. It hit me. This area that goes at the frontage road that goes along, okay, remember when I said hillside in reading 3? There's a hillside drive. Can you guys see it? Probably not because of the glare. Anyways, there's a hillside drive that runs right along. That's the frontage road. I had no idea. So I saw that today, and I thought it was weird because it also goes up the mountain. Now, I've been working a little bit with Adventure. I call him the Adventure guy. I know that's not his name, but he said that he checked Dead Horse Gulch and he wasn't going back and all that. But there's a wagon wheel there. Now, in Linda, I got a wagon wheel. I know that I'm picking and choosing from Linda because I do feel like some of Suzanne came in there. And if you guys know how my interconnects work. It's weird also that it goes by a little water tank. And then hillside, which is even weirder, leads to spiral. Remember I told you I was drawing those spirals on my dresser for 2 days, a month or so. I painted 2 dressers and I just did spirals all over them. And they look just like the spiral thing. So the spiral thing could be a reference point, not saying that she's at Spiral Drive, but the fact that hillside runs down here and I didn't even know that existed is interesting too. It also runs by a construction area, which I thought, because I kept hearing construction, so I don't know if she's saying that they're doing construction now. It could be also a construction area. I do notice they got 2 little things here, like how I was saying, the 2 little what's it called, trailers. So I do notice that, and I do notice it's a lot of sand that also came in. Now, like I said, we're looking for multiple places. So there's a reason that we all keep hitting this area. It might not be exactly Dead Horse Gulch. I mean, they could look in that area. It might not be exactly that. Like I said, psychics get within a mile, half a mile. We don't exactly get the exact spot. We get reference points that tells us, okay, we're referencing this area. It can't be a coincidence that hillside runs along here. Now, either there's 2 reasons. One is there's something in this area because hillside and spiral, and hillside actually leads to spiral, which kind of blew me away. Or the fact that you would take hillside to get to where you're going. Which last night, I was trying to focus and was asking her where she was, and she just kept showing me big rocks along the side of the river. But how I'll show you an example. I kept seeing something like this, but it was a little bit higher. Now this is actually just up the road from there, so I thought it was interesting. The hillside and everything is over by M's old property, which is where I keep wanting to go, and the other side is the airport. And I can't get over the fact that there's also sand and gravel, which I kept getting in Dulce. So that was something that I noticed today. That hillside road I didn't even know existed. I just know that I got hillside and I wasn't sure why. And the fact that it runs along there where everybody seems to want to go. Also Riverside Park. I've gotten Riverside before. But there's something there. Maybe not right exactly in the Dead Horse Gulch area, but somewhere close. Also, I was noticing, and I get a headache over it, but if I move further up, I do. If I go by her house, I do. So I don't really know why. I get headaches at different areas on the map. So there's places I keep being drawn to and I keep going back to. This is one place I keep going back to, is where she lived and over here by the spiral. It's 2 places. Then the new development, which we found out did have a sewing place nearby yesterday, which I didn't know. And looking back at the road that leads to here, it is a 2-lane road that runs along the river and goes in between mountains. And you do pass Bear Creek. And what's also interesting is that there's a Waters Church across from the new development. And there is, I don't know if it's logging or something. There's a lot of areas that would have loud equipment. It doesn't necessarily mean that, it's construction, but I know that I just hear loud equipment working. But I always also keep wanting to go over to Logie Gulch, and it's interesting that Little Rainbow Trail runs there. I didn't realize that. So like I said, it's kind of hard to look at these places with all the snow and stuff, but just some areas that I think should be looked closer at with a dog, because you can walk right over them and not even know it, especially in the snow. Because I know Lizzie's case, they walked right over her and she wasn't even buried and there was no snow. So I know, can you imagine if something is buried, how easy it would be to just walk over it, especially if someone knows what they're doing. Someone works at digging things up and burying them all the time when it comes, or planting them all the time. The other thing I know that came in really strong in my 3rd reading was the, what's it called? The flower pots at the church. It's either flower pots or the flower pots is symbolic for flowers that have been planted. So it would obviously be a place that he attended. Also, I noticed that when you pull up Puma Pass, it comes up as her Hope Foundation. And I remember she mentioned Hope Foundation. And I know everybody thinks Puma Pass, which kind of hasn't really made that much sense to me, because in my first reading, I saw him take her somewhere else and do what he did. And from there, I wasn't really shown where he went. He could have went back, I guess, but I don't think. She keeps showing me like that house, like it's come in the last 2 readings. The second reading, it came in with showing the windows and everything, and the logs and all that, right, in the front of the house, that she was specific on that part. And the fact that it was on a lot surrounded by trees, and there's a curvy road, that kind of curves when it goes up. That all looks like Puma Pass. But then if you're looking at a map, you do see a pond that's across. So I don't know why she keeps mentioning that pond. If you watch the 3rd reading, she kept talking about a deck and looking out over the deck. Now, I did find out that she has a deck in that house. What's weird is that physically she wouldn't be able to see a pond. But in the vision, she didn't show the trees leading to the pond. It was like grass or something, or just in the distance. It was weird. So I really don't know what she's trying to say. But I guess at Puma Pass, only the property has been searched, and behind the property and close by the property, I don't think anybody's gone across the street. What she said trail, there's a trailhead there. I couldn't get any other name, and it's just trailhead. So, I mean, I would suggest when there's not any snow and we get dogs that these areas are checked. Like I said, I know they checked Dead Horse Gulch, but they're missing something. If she was moved from there, if say she was there and she was moved from there, there's no way I would have got Hillside. Unless they're just trying to say Hillside is leading to an area. And I think the spiral was a reference point. She was trying to tell me that town a couple months before I took this reading. So I'm not, those are the areas I keep going to. Every time I get on a map, it's the same areas over and over. I'm not pulled anywhere else right now, other than, like I said, the Denver house, which we really can't do anything with that right now. But I've kind of wanted to stay in Sedil. Let's see if I can say it right. All day I've been saying it wrong, and she'll come in my head and she'll correct me. Salida. I bet you that's how it's said, because I keep hearing that instead. And I do know some other psychics have mentioned the smokestack. Now, I got smokestack, not in her reading, but in Jip's reading. I didn't ever release it publicly because I thought she'd be moved. But I got it a lot in her reading, and I don't know if it was for her or not. But she was also missing from Colorado, so it could easily be an interconnect with knowing how I get future information. So it's so weird because I remember seeing all this stuff and I had a dream, and I can't make heads or tails of the freaking dream, but I fell asleep sitting up on the couch. I was so tired. I just sat down and I kind of fell asleep. Well, in my dream, I kept seeing a house, and she kept showing me a house. I can't really remember what the house looks like anymore. Hey, how you doing? I always call you Adventure Guy. So, I was just telling everybody, I guess I'll go over it real quick again since you're here, that I know you checked out Dead Horse Gulch and you say that that's not the area. However, psychics can get within a few miles or half a mile or whatever. So what I was saying is, because I got the word hillside in my last reading, that runs right along here and leads to the spiral. I'm not saying she's at the spiral, but we get reference points. So either this hillside is leading somewhere, because it does pass construction, or she's close by there. And we're missing it because we don't have dogs. So, that's, I didn't know that hillside drive was there, but I did get that word. So there's a reason I'm getting that word. Either it leads to where she is or it's really close. Yes. I just saw a construction area too. And hillside. When I got hillside in reading 3, I was like, what the hell am I getting hillside for? So today I keep wanting to go up by where M used to live, because she kept referencing that. Now, I do get a head up there, and I can send you her address. I don't want to say it live, but it is up by the airport. So there's, like I was saying, there's 3 different areas I keep going to over and over, right? Adventure dude. I call you Adventure dude. It's that area over up by the airport and stuff, by where M used to live, over here by the spiral, and now I see hillside, so that's interesting. the new development, which I saw, Sewing Place, which came in across from the new development. And I just found out today that the vision she keeps giving me, the house, I think is Puma Pass. But she shows me across where the pond is. So I don't know if across the road has ever been looked. It's harder to find things in snow, so it's going to be tough. But there's a reason she keeps talking about looking off into the pond from that house. And I didn't know it was that house till today. So it tripped me out when I saw all the wood, and she was talking about a lot of windows. So the very front of that house is what I see. So I don't think she's like on the property, although boulders had come in randomly. I said it in my group. And then those trees, I heard that they were planted there. Yeah, it doesn't. And I keep being pulled to the same places. So, and I don't know why I keep pulling at my freaking ear. I never do that. But I keep being pulled to these same areas, up the map, over to the new construction, cross over to the new development, sorry, and then across from the new development. But last night she was showing me big rocks along the river, and then it was like, you know how the rivers kind of have these little waterfalls in the middle of them. I was seeing that also as a reference point. So those are the areas I'm interested in. I still believe about the Denver home. There's something there only because I got so much information about that area in particular. So I don't know. I think that, right, the hillside thing really got me because I never been really interested in that Dead Horse Gulch. And I honestly don't think, like I said, if she was moved from there, that I would be getting hillside right now. I wouldn't be getting anything that belongs over there if she was moved from there. The spirals I kept drawing are definite clue, either for Salida itself. I see she always corrects me, or because I'm bad at pronouncing things. But I did see, like I said, I did see the construction area over here like you're talking about. Now, the other area that made me have a real stomach ache was the one he works for. It's over by Walmart. And I know I kept being drawn to Walmart. But up by her house, I get a headache. And I don't really know why. I don't know if, yeah, I've heard about blind spot. It's we're gonna need dogs, and I think the dogs can smell in the snow. I know that they're pretty badass in that way. But I don't know if a sand and gravel place, I got that a lot in Dulce, if they have loud, I just hear a lot of loud construction that I've been hearing. Yeah, my dog started barking. I think. All right, Violet. I think my son's here. 1 second. He always comes at the worst time, I swear. Zook outside is like super loud. So I apologize for that. So I don't know if by sand and gravel it's really loud. I just know I hear stop, Violet. Super loud machines that I've been having in my head since I did this last reading. And like I said, I think we're looking for multiple places. Now, Sorry about that. Now, another thing was, I don't know what church they went to. I know that Grace was mentioned. But it's either my son or someone walking up the street. So I saw either in flower pots or under newly planted flowers or something. I feel like sorry about that, guys. It's either my son running around outside making the dogs bark. You know how teenagers are, or it's someone walking up the road. So I apologize. I thought it was quiet. Okay, so I think it's for other reasons. I think we're looking also. All right, that's enough, please. I think we're also looking for. Sorry about that. I think it's because, like what I said in the first reading, that what the heck is going on out there? I don't know. Bad timing. It's probably my son. It's gotta be. 1 second, guys. I'm sorry. Sorry about that. The only thing I think is my son's running around outside. Okay, so I think we're looking for multiple locations because we're also looking for a murder weapon or weapons. I do know that I kept getting a reference to my flower pots. Now my flower pots, I have like, little animals that I've lost. It's if I don't get them cremated, that's where they go. So she kept talking about that in my vision, and then she kept showing me flowers and stuff. So, but then at the same time, she showed me a cross, and a cross is my symbol for church. And she said it would have to be a church that he goes to or he knows about or has a friend that works at. So I'm not really sure what church that is. I know Grace was mentioned, but I also know that he has a friend that's a pastor. So whoever's church that the pastor works at would be the one I would look at, because that pastor's name has come in before or has been talked about. So I would look around that church if you're still here, Adventure Dude, and see. I know you can't really go digging up flowers, right? But maybe once you get a dog, I don't know if dog would be able to. It depends on what's hidden there. I know that there's something. I don't know. She made it feel like it was a weapon of some kind or some kind of evidence, not necessarily her. So I think that we're looking for multiple locations, because if you watch my first reading, that's why he's a hunter. He did what he did, and I think he put her in multiple locations because it's harder to find all of her, and for her to be identified. So I did if you watch the first reading, if you haven't already, I described everything in there. I did feel a blow to my head, and I did hear a gunshot. So I also saw him grab for a knife, or her grab for a knife, something. There was a knife involved. And I did see her, getting beat up and stuff, and also strangled. So there was multiple things, and there was so much violence with it. It was really, really tough. Also, I noticed Riverside Park. Like I said, I've gotten that before. I've gotten Riverside before. It's on my list. I have a list of random words I get and stuff from time to time that seem to fit in different places. So I just can't get over that hillside drive, and it goes right by construction, like he said. So, the good thing about him is he vibes on energy, so he'll be able to tell energetically what he's feeling. I think I've always got he vibes on energy, so when he's in an area, he should be able to feel it a little bit. But dogs will definitely help. But I do keep going up to where she lived, which is up by Pure. If you put in Pure Greens or the Butella Sand and Gravel, I keep going up in that area as well for some reason, up by the airport. Sorry about my dogs, you guys. I don't know if it was my kid outside or someone walking up the street or something. Bad timing. Just one thing, no one can come in on me, huh? Everybody will know. So, in the way, when I go up around that area, I get a major headache. So I don't know, but I find myself going to the same areas over and over and over every time I get on a map and I want to go somewhere else. I'm not really, the only thing in Broomfield that I feel is, by the house in Denver, the nephew's house in Denver. And that's because I got information all around that area and the street it's on. So, and I got You Save Mart, right? And that was weird because I got it in a meditation, and I couldn't even finish the meditation because it was a repetitive thing. Well, I looked it up. There is a You Save Mart, You Save Mart down the road from that house, and I don't really know what they were trying to tell me with, if it's by something else or what. There's the Sand Creek is there. So I don't know. I think I just keep going back to the area because I don't know. I think it's by the golf course. Is this a golf course right here? It looks like a golf course. Huh. I don't know. I can't tell. So yeah, I just wanted to tell you guys that that was the house that I was seeing, which I was just as surprised as you guys, because like I said, she crossed it off in the second reading. Now I don't know why she did that. I don't know if it was I don't know. I don't know if she was saying she's not in the exact property because I feel like she was moved from that property, and why she keeps referencing across the road to the pond that I never knew existed until if you seriously, I'll show you guys. And then if you go to one of the videos, a lot of people videos have this property on their videos. Where did that paper go? Oh, I might have lost it or not know where it is. This is why I need my own little drawing book. I had it at one time. Man. Anyways, I can't find it. I don't know what I did with it. It's on my video. I have a picture of it somewhere. I wish we could add pictures up here. I would show you guys. Right. And you know what? I looked at that church and it did give me a headache. And my dream I was going to tell you about before Adventure Dude came. And I started going back over so he could hear what I was saying. So my dream was I dreamed of this house and she was talking to me in the dream and I could hear her like talking to me. And then she mentioned Pine Street, but when I looked up Pine Street, it was in Buena Vista. But I don't know. It was weird because when I had the dream, she made me feel like the house that she was talking about was on Pine Street. There are houses on Pine Street, but I don't think any belong to her unless it's one that he worked at or something. I don't know. I don't know how that fits. It was weird. And then I woke up and I knew it was a visitation because it felt so real. And, right. And I did keep seeing the cross. Now, cross is my symbolism for church, period. But sometimes when I did see this church in my visions in one of the readings, I did say that was seeing a cross on the front. So it is possible that that's the church in Buena Vista, because I did look in Buena Vista and I did get a headache there. There's also a golf course with some woods behind it, but Buena Vista, I got a headache at the church. So I don't know if there's anything been planted there or not, or if we could even check that. I don't even know. I keep kind of being drawn to the name Monarch. I don't really know why. It keeps popping up. I keep being drawn to it, and I noticed, I have this shirt on Monarch butterflies, but yeah, I guess he lives like across or next door or something. I don't know. But I always keep also going back to the trees, wherever those trees were planted. She makes me feel like there's something because she, like I said in the live that I did, she kept talking about it. So I don't know. Until I get a new computer or something, I'm not going to be able to do another reading because I do all my readings through typing so I can keep up. So I don't really know how much more help I can be right now or anything else at this point. I'm so extremely mad. And it's interesting because if you follow this, does this road go all the way? No, it turns. Yeah, I thought it was interesting. There's a sewing shop by Two Rivers. There's also a house being built over there. I see. I don't know what their, the rest of their, is there a gazebo there? I know I got a gazebo somewhere. It's in my group. I just forgot to mention it. There is a gazebo there. Interesting. So I did get a gazebo when I was talking to my messaging group where I do the readings at. And I noticed that a lot of stuff has come in from Gannon. So if you go back over Gannon, I know Barry was mentioned in there with his truck and the way the kind of shirt he wears. And Rangers were mentioned in that. I noticed that there's one here, Ranger District close by. So I just wonder if that's why, another reason why. Yeah, she did look out. I thought so, but the thing is I cannot find a house where she has a pond on the property. So I don't know if she's just saying the only one that I saw was, like I said, Puma Pass. I was told there was a deck, and she did show me looking on a deck. But she always shows me looking out and seeing a pond. Now, if you look at the map, you can see the pond across the freeway, but I don't see I can't find a property with a pond on it. If you guys know of a property with a pond that she could see from the back of her house they have, I don't know. You're talking about now that Longhorn property. I watched the video of that. I didn't really feel anything out there. They said I looked untouched, but like I said, it doesn't matter with him. He knows how to make it look untouched. I don't know. I just keep going back to these same places. I just can't get away from them. I don't know why. At the same time, I feel like she's like really close to the river or really close to some kind of water, or it's not far from her. Yeah. I didn't realize that until lately, because I keep being drawn to the name Monarch, and I don't really know why. So, I don't know. If I could find, I don't know where a property is where she could look out on her deck and see a pond in the distance. In the vision, she doesn't show anything between her and the pond, and I don't know if that's just to bring attention to the pond or because she's on some kind of property where you can look out, like over grass or and see the pond. I know that her house in Indiana is mostly grass, and it would be more like that kind of area. She does keep going back to Indiana. I'm not really sure why. He does take a lot of trips out there, so it makes me wonder. Because she does keep mentioning Indiana, and I just can't seem to figure out why. And I don't know. I don't know where this house is on Pine or if it was even her or not, but it seemed like her. And I don't know what she meant by it, but I woke up with the name Pine in my head, so I don't even know what it means. I know there's a Pine Road in like I said, in Buena Vista, but if there's something we don't know about friend's property or something, I have no idea. So I know that those are the 3 places or 4 places, I guess, I keep going to. I can't seem to get away from them for some reason, and I think it would be so easy to miss her, because of how she's buried or whatever. It's not like you're gonna know when you're standing on her, you know what I mean, especially with the snow and stuff. So I think that they definitely need dogs, and I think whenever a dog hits, they should do something about it, because I've heard that the dog has hit a few times and they haven't done anything about it. But she might have been at Puma Path at one point, and maybe that's why she crossed it off, because she's not on the property anymore. But I don't know, because I know that the front of the house is the one that I saw, so I'm a little confused by that vision. I don't really understand it. I really shouldn't touch anything so it doesn't go dark again. So jacked. So I think that's it, unless you guys have anything you want to talk about. That's all I can think about that I ran across today, which I think is a lot. I can't seem to put down the map, although I should really. I'm reading a thing I didn't see. Something from Julian. Okay. And see, I always have this problem when I come on with her. I start getting a headache and I start getting an earache. So I don't know. I can't seem to take a break from it, and I really should. But if I'm sitting here watching TV, I end up getting on the map and checking things out. And I don't know if maybe there's a property I don't know about, but I do know, I don't know. I just end up back at those 3 places. And I'm learning that I need to listen to that because there was an area I went to recently where someone was found, and I even circled it, and then I left it. And so I'm trying to learn not to do that because I was right the first time. So I'm trying to listen. And there's certain areas I'm being pulled to for a reason. When I go up kind of by the airport, by where her house is, I do get a headache. I think that hillside and the spiral are definitely references. And like I said, I always want to kind of go across from the new development for some reason. I could be picking up on other people as well. You guys got to remember that. I do get other spirits, and I heard you guys got some more missing up there in Colorado. So it is possible. Yes, like a pine tree road or a pine road, something like that. It was a dream. It came in a dream, and she showed me a house, and then that. So I'm pretty sure it was her. It seemed like her, saying, that she wanted me to find her, and then she showed me a house and then said that. But I don't know of any properties or anything like that are on pine or pine tree. So it kind of confused me a little bit. What? You like being on TV because you're always over here when I'm on doing something. So I don't know. I couldn't find it. But I'm really upset. I don't know when I'll be able to do another reading. Like I said, I usually type with a computer, and this computer was not cheap, and the keyboard's messed up now. So I don't know how I'll do readings. I try to do it from my phone, I guess. I don't know. I have not had a good day. It was fine last night, so I thought it was fine, but today when I went to go do a live, I had all screwed up. I know. I'll be doing that. No, it wasn't, it didn't come in. I mean, I feel like she's in the woods because I always see trees around her, and I always hear how you would, if you were to walk in woods and you would step on like pine needles and leaves and stuff like that, like how it would sound if you're walking in the forest or around trees. I always call it forest, but even a little bunch of trees can be forest to me. So, it was more like a name of a road instead of like pine trees specifically. So I don't know. The only pine road I found, like I said, was, unless there's something I'm missing or don't know about, was in Buena Vista, unless she's trying to say, Buena Vista. I have no idea. I know that the energy is kind of crazy there because take this picture because it's so cute. I don't know. I know there's energy there at Buena Vista though, because I didn't feel very good over there either. But like I said, I could be getting multiple people as well. Like, I don't know. That happens with me. Sometimes I'll get areas and then we'll find out on the news that a body's been found there. It happens a lot. So it might not be all Suzanne, it might not be, but I know that she's, talking about multiple places, and that was the multiple things that I saw, the multiple areas that I saw all have something in her readings. But as I talk about, her readings have interconnects or whatever. So we have to keep that in mind as well. I don't know. She always has to be here when I do stuff. I mean, can you guys think of anything you would like to mention? I know I told someone, no, that it wasn't Puma Pass that I was seeing, but after I looked at pictures, I think maybe it was. So I apologize for that, because the pictures I saw, I was looking at, what's it called? The area next to the house instead of just the front with the windows, but she was very specific about the front with the windows. So. What? I know. See, Spirit Kitty. Are you Spirit Kitty? So do you guys have anything you want to say or talk about or whatever about this? No, I'm going to mess around and get off here. But I had to get on and tell you guys about that because I was excited when I saw the hillside road right there. And then when I realized that that was the house she was showing me. I don't know, because she crosses off Puma Path in her second reading. So I don't know if she was there or not. But like I said, she always shows me a pond in the distance. So I don't know if she's trying to say I'm over by the pond or what. Instead of going like behind that property or around that property, I want to go across the road, if that makes sense. And I didn't realize there was a pond until I looked on the map when I got the address just last night. And realized that there was a pond across the road from there. So I do think that that's where her life was taken. And it feels more like a river instead of a creek. I know she's mentioned Arkansas River. But like I said, I feel like that area has been really searched a lot behind her house and all of that. And close by, I know that Adventure Dude went back over there and did some searching. But I don't think anybody's gone across the road and down by the pond. There's also a water little thing there too, a little water, round water thing. And I know that came in. So, but the only thing that was weird is, like I said, I saw him take her away from the house, do what he did at the hotel or whatever. And so why he would take her back, to me, it doesn't really make sense. The wall, I've never gotten the wall. Everybody keeps saying the wall. I've never gotten it. I was told that it was actually finished a year before. I can't see him undoing all that, putting him under there and rebuilding it back. It just feels too obvious to me. Is it their property? I don't know. She's just never given me information on that, so I can't say it. Now, she has spelled Indiana like there's an Indiana road over there that I don't know why. I don't know if she's just trying to keep telling me Indiana or she's talking about the Indiana road. I don't know. I keep getting, I don't really know why Indiana keeps coming up. But I do have a validation for the wedding. She kept talking about her wedding in the very first reading, or a wedding, marriage, something like that. And it turns out supposedly they were supposed to go to a virtual wedding that day. Also, if anybody can find out where the picture is that I used on the last reading for the thumbnail, where that was taken, she kept taking me behind her for some reason. I don't know why. But there's a river or water behind her, and then it goes to grass, and then it goes to, I wonder if it's a golf course. I don't know. It kind of looks like one. I'd be interested to find out where that picture was, because she kept taking me behind her in that picture. And the very first time we used that picture, that's when she brought up the wedding. So I noticed different pictures. If I use them, I get different information. I even learned that from myself from giving classes, which I should be having a class again soon, I hope. I don't know now because I don't have a computer that I can type on. Luckily, everything's basically typed out. But I have, I think, 2 or 3 people interested. So if you guys want to sign up for the class, I'll probably have it in the next, I'll probably get a hold of everybody and start it the next couple weeks. Julianne, what did you find? If you don't want to say it here, just email it to me. Yeah. I don't know. But she showed that house twice now with looking out by the pond. There's something specific with either a house at a pond or a pond where you could see from the house, or unless she's just saying, you know, if you look at the map, you can see the pond. I don't know. I haven't found a property like that yet, but I do know that Indiana's house is really green. I just don't know if there's a pond on that property. I haven't seen. So, and she felt very at ease there, so it makes me wonder if it's the Indiana property. I don't know if they had a back porch or a porch, but she felt more at ease in the last vision in the last reading she gave. So it kind of made me wonder if that's where she was in that reading. I don't know. Every time I come on here, I get a freaking headache. I don't understand it at all. I'll look it up right now. There's a lot of redstone parks. No, it's not coming up. It's coming up Littleton, Colorado for some reason. Why, I don't know. Sorry about your mom. I will pray for her. I can't find it. University of Denver. Look up Denver. The only thing is I don't think she'd be in the middle of a town like this. It doesn't make sense to me, if you know what I mean. Not for it looks like it's by, is that the same race street? I think this is actually by where the house is that I was talking about anyways. Or wait, maybe not. Shh, don't. Yeah, this is below Cherry Creek. The other house is above Cherry Creek. I don't know. I don't think she's in the middle of a big city. That's the thing. Too easy to be. It's just not his. I don't think it's his style, you know. Now out where it's kind of more either where he's working or where it's more, you know, not a lot of people. Yeah, I know that there's a Cherry Creek and there's a Bear Creek over there too, but there's also Bear Creek is all over by his nephew's other house in Evergreen. It's all over there, and there's also Bear Creek directly by the new new place in Salida. I haven't seen a Friends Lake. Those are the areas I just keep going back to, and it's got to be for a reason. This feeling on a map is kind of new for me because I've never been able to really feel much on a map, so it's hard to pinpoint when I start feeling what I feel. You know what I mean? But those are the areas that I'm pulled to, so I'm trying to that's Friends Lake is right where I've been at. That's what I'm saying. That's the area that I'm talking about. It's actually right across from where M used to live. If that's the actually that's Friends number 1 reservoir. I don't know if that's where you're talking about, but that's the area I keep going to. That's what I'm talking about. That area. Yeah. It's right across from where she used to live. I don't think she's in water, like I said, though. And actually, there's a cemetery really close, too, over there. And that's where the airport is. I keep being drawn to that big circle, and I think it's more of a reference point when you look at the map. But I don't know if it's construction or sand and gravel or a place like that has the really loud noise. But I keep getting the loud noise, and I wonder who lives at M's new property now. I mean, if it can be searched. She lives right by the river. And I wonder if Adventure Dude sees this. I'm going to send him a screenshot. Don't take me there. And see. Property. That's why I'm saying my keyboard's screwed up because Soda thanks to one of the puppies knocking it over with their paw, got all over my damn computer, and now I don't have a way to type. So I feel you. I'm very ticked off. But I could be getting, like I said, multiple people. But this area, the fact that it's right by where she used to live, the reference of the Valo case, okay, that's what made me look for that house, because I get references to old cases, even though I didn't work on the case. I know where the kids were found, boyfriend house. So if you make that opposite at the time, if he was really seeing her, not saying she's involved, she may not even know, but the house is right there next to the river. Or she may know. Who knows? That might be why she moved. I don't know. But it's really close to that pond you're talking about. You would take Hillside, but you'd have to take a couple other places to get there. It's up by the airport. It's up by, I keep going up there, and I was going up there before I knew that was her house. That was the other crazy thing. So I could understand if I wasn't pulled in that direction before I knew it was her house, but I was. I kept being pulled that way. And so there's different areas I just get pulled to, that I just can't ignore because I keep going back. So I do try to, I've been trying to follow more of what I'm feeling on the map because it's new to me. And sometimes it doesn't get validated. I get pulled in different ways and it doesn't get validated. But I don't know. I think it will get validated. I've had a couple things validated in this reading already. What do you have in your eye? Sorry, bud. But that's the pond I was talking about. But it's not high up. See, her house isn't high up. So, yeah, you could... Oh, I was going to look at that because I had it pulled up. It showed me the house, and now it's not showing it. What the hell? I wonder if the new owners would let him look. I also know I kept going up by the wedding place too, because she kept mentioning weddings. So it could be, like I said, things can have more than one meaning. If this is the right property, it's literally right by the river, which would make sense. And right up from that property is the little thing I kept seeing. I just don't see any bigger rocks. But this is right, really, really, really close, just right up from there, which I thought was interesting. So I don't know if sand and gravel has a lot of machines. I just know I keep hearing like loud machines. Loud machines. Yeah, I know. That was validated, but things can have multiple meanings. So could be she's referencing a wedding place. There's a wedding place on the other opposite side. Like I said, things can have more than one meaning in readings. But yes, I did see that was validated. I don't know. Whenever I go up that way, like if I go down, I don't have much of a headache. But when I go up to that area, that's when I get a headache. Yep. I mentioned that earlier. It's okay. Probably didn't hear it. It's fine. I was just saying it was validated because I know she kept mentioning a wedding in the first reading, right when I looked at her. Could also validate the day she went, the day everybody thought she went missing. I think she was gone before that day. Right. And everybody else, other psychics and stuff, keep bringing up smokestacks. I haven't got it in this reading, but I've got it in, like I said, another reading that was for a Colorado missing person. And my readings intersect and interconnect. So thank you, Nikki. I appreciate that. Like I said, the new two waters, and the reason why it kind of hit me was because, like I said, I did the other reading and I was remote viewing. I don't know. You guys have probably heard this. I'm just telling people who haven't or reminding you guys. And she had been talking about where the rivers intersect, the two rivers intersect, and she was doing like a cross with her hands. And then I heard the name Suzanne, and so I knew that was probably because they were trying to say it was an interconnect. And then I found out that's the name of the new development, and it kind of threw me for a loop. The two rivers was. And there's a sewing shop right there on the end too. I see they got some construction going on as well, building new houses. And the other thing I saw, like I said, there's a gazebo down here that I've gotten that too. So it's interesting. I don't know how much they've built on that. I see there's a lot of construction going on there. I see, according to these, they've got a lot of tractors and stuff in this area. So definitely, and it would be between the construction and the river, depending on what he's helped with. It makes me wonder how much has been built and all that. You know what I mean? So it's definitely an area of interest for me. I don't know exactly where. Drop a link for what? It's up by the property is, like I said, up by the sand and gravel place. Butala sand and gravel. It's just in front of that. Can't see the stupid property though. Yep. Hopefully. Probably still carrying it around with him like a baby. Actually, I saw a picture of him in Indiana and he didn't have it. So he's actually in Indiana, or was in Indiana recently, so he didn't have it. It probably is. That's exactly why the dog hit on it. So I've talked about a lot. If you're just new getting here, you'll have to go back and rewatch because I don't want to re-talk about her again. Hey, at that spiral drive, look out. There's a star. I got that in Linda. And a tower. It's interesting. Well, of course he did something to her. It's interesting there's a star there. I got that in Linda. And just looking at the spiral, look at what it looks like. I think it's just a reference point, but definitely interesting. Like I said, I don't know when I'll be able to get another reading out because my computer is fried. The keyboard is. That's why I'm single, Colleen. You can't trust anybody these days. I think my work makes me jaded. Like I'm saying, you know, I'm just telling you guys where I get pulled to and that there's things that I've gotten there. And, you know, I did get Between a Mountain a lot in Gannon. If you go over Gannon's readings, I think that there's some stuff in there that fits. Hot Springs came in. There's a lot of hot springs in this area. That mentioned was the last two readings. Like I said, she mentioned a white truck and described Barry in Gannon's reading before she went missing. So my guides are heated, or another missing person did. You know how they are with giving me future information. They always do that. So that's also mentioned. If you go back over Gannon's readings, I think there's a lot I picked up on different people in there as well as her before she went missing, just because of him being described. And then I know that the hot springs were mentioned. I keep seeing the hot springs in this area. So, and I did see also in his reading where there was a kind of the road like between the mountains, like I was seeing in hers. So similar. I'm still trying to figure out why I got the bees. I don't know. I don't know if there's a property with bees on it close by or something. I don't even know if they have those in Colorado, or even if it fits here. What's also interesting is, I guess that smokestack was made in Canada or something like that. I've heard that bees have come up in somebody else's reading too, but I don't know how it fits. I haven't ran across any bees, so I don't know. I don't know if people have those bee boxes out there. You know what I mean? Because it was the first thing that came through, so I'm not really sure. I know bees is a symbol for Utah. I know Utah came up before, but I have no idea. It might not fit in this reading. I don't know. Like I said, I get interconnects. Not everything I get is going to fit, but I've tried to keep it as focused on her as I can. You know, sometimes when I try too hard is when I get other people, or when they're not as strong, but she's pretty strong. Also, what's interesting is there is a little concrete bridge that goes over the river by Blakesley Pottery. And I remember I got that. I got a concrete bridge. So that's interesting too. It goes to 166 and down or up, depending on which way you're going. And it's right by that little round area. I keep wanting to go in that for some reason. And I think it's just trying to tell me this something in this area. But yeah, if you keep going on 166, that's where you end up. And I noticed she said rocks too after she described no, I don't think so, because I already know Barry's name. Like I said, I got Barry's name and Mackenzie, which I know is an interconnect because she was found in the mountains as well, and she was also the guy, if you know the story, tried to chop her, only chopped her leg, and then tried to burn her and didn't really do a very good job after days of trying to. So he took her up about 2 hours away into the Utah mountains, and that's when I got Barry at. So, and I think bear is another reason that I think I got Bear for a few different reasons. Not only Bear Creek, but I guess people call him Bear Bear. So, yeah, I mean, if you go back to the first reading I did, that's why I said I think there's more than one area. And I think we've all picked that up, and it makes sense for what he does. But anyways, I guess there's a lot of rocks at the Puma path, but look, there's rocks aligning here too. I've got rocks since Linda. It's weird how they line their property with rocks. Beekeeper's honey in the boutique. I saw a boutique somewhere. I don't know. I feel like I've memorized this freaking map. I've been all over it so much. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay, tough girl. I'm gonna have to let them in a minute. It's getting cold outside. It's okay. And like I said, in one of the readings, I heard dogs barking, so I don't know if that means the searcher's dog or it could be another place like a dog park or something too. I don't know. Yeah, there's a lot of rocks at Puma Path. That's why I said she brought in rocks after she showed me that vision that I drew that I think is that house. She crossed off, so I don't think she's actually on the property. Um, yeah, I saw that. Well, Adventure Dude. I always call him Adventure Dude, but he said he's gonna go check out that area. I asked him if maybe ask the new owners if they'll let him look around the property. It's hard without a dog, you know. Um, yeah, I didn't know if it was searcher dogs or if she's talking about because I've gotten dogs barking when it's been like a dog park or a shelter and stuff like that too. I can get so yeah. The reason why I think I got Utah Park because there's a Utah Park, there's a Cherry Creek. It's all together. It surrounds T's, as in the nephew's Denver house off of 37th. So that's why I think I got all of that because it surrounds that house, and I know that that house is important for some reason. If I could ever get my nonprofit up and running like I want to, I have no idea how to start it or what to do, but I've always had a dream of having like, you know, how Texas EquiSearch works, but how they have search teams and things like that and dogs and all that. I would like to have something like that, except for also using psychic mediums, having our own dogs, having our own search teams, and having our own private investigators, because it's so frustrating to get people in an area to search and to go exactly where you want them to. And I think that that would be a really good thing. I've been wanting to do it for years, but I have no idea where to start. Um, Right, but when it came through, it made me feel like they had been close at one point, and then something pulled them away. And I don't know why the orange comes in at. If it's, well, I know it takes a nonprofit, which takes money, which takes, I don't know. You have to have a team, and I don't have anybody I trust that I know won't run out on me at the last minute. But you have to get like a secretary, a vice president, blah, blah, blah. You have to have all that first. So once you get that, but it's really hard because, people always screw me over and they don't stick around. So I haven't really found anybody that I can trust to be a part of that, sadly. So that was one. And something else I got last night, but I don't know if it was her. I heard desecrated ground, which is either a cemetery or a church. It can be either or. And then I kept looking for, back in the day when they used to have those churches and then they had the little tiny cemeteries behind them, or little tiny family cemeteries. That's what I was looking for. I don't know if they even have those anymore, or it was just saying at one time they did. I don't know why I was getting that, but it might not have even been her. Like I said, sometimes I get sometimes I get random people, random places. So I know I saw a headstone this last time, but I've been getting, and Dulce, that's all I got. And every single reading was churches and cemeteries. And now I'm starting to wonder if it wasn't Dulce or whatever, but that would be awesome. I've been wanting to do it for 8 years now since I started this, because I have such a hard time getting searchers to go where I need them to go. And, then we don't have dogs, and it's so easy to miss without dogs if someone's buried really good, because if you could be standing on someone and not even know it. It's weird because I worked a lot of cases, but this case, for some reason, I feel closer than any of my other cases I've been, even though I feel more. So I don't know if I'm growing in my feelings, but I'm able to feel more on a map than I ever have before. Except for, in Stephanie, I kept going to the same area, and that ended up where she was at. But I even posted it in my group. This area needs to be checked out along the road, and no one did it. But I kept going back, but I didn't listen to myself back then. So I'm trying, and what's weird is this house I'm talking about is like right across the river is a cemetery. So actually there's two cemeteries, Cemetery Gulch and Fairview Cemetery. And it's right across from that lake you're talking about, and right across from the house, and really close to the airport. It's actually on, I think, what's the name of this damn road? There's a gate there too, you guys. I think it's, I don't know if that's Airport Drive or not. I don't see a freaking name on the damn road. So, but usually for cemeteries, I get headstones. And so that's what I got, was headstone. But last night I was like, where are you? Tell me where you are. And I was kind of relaxed. And then that's what I got. I got desecrated ground. And then I was seeing a church with like a little cemetery behind it. But I don't know what that means. So I'm trying to listen more of what I'm getting when on a feeling on a map. So I'm trying to tell you guys, the areas that I'm feeling on a map. So hopefully someone will check it out. I've been working a little bit with Adventure Dude, which is awesome because I usually don't have a searchers, and I appreciate him going the areas I asked him to go. But like I said, it's going to be hard because she could be there and he wouldn't even know because of all the snow. He needs a dog, definitely. I told him he needs to get his own dog. I feel like if you're going to be running around, you need a road dog that's trained for cadaver search. I've always wanted a cadaver dog. I used to want to train one of my dogs to do cadaver work, but never had the funding to do that. But that was another thing I wanted to do with my nonprofit, was actually get the dogs out of the shelter and train them cadaver work. I don't know if it's too late for them to do that once they're in a shelter, but the dogs that are known for it, or young pups or whatever. But Yeah, desecrated. It could have been too desecrated as either a church, a cemetery, or I think even a burial ground would actually make sense too. So I don't know. I don't know how to find any of that, you know. I have a dog. She constantly smells everything. She would be really good, but I know you have to train them really young, so I don't know. But that was the ideas that I have, and I always wanted to do it, but I never have the people that work alongside me or that are serious about it, that really want to do it, that I know aren't going to screw me over or leave me or become jerks or anything like that. I don't want to put the state because I don't want to be anything to happen. I try to keep where I live quiet, but I don't live in Colorado. We'll put it like that. Oh, now what? Like I took her to my mom's house and all she would smell everything. My mom was like, okay, she's driving me crazy. They put, you know how they put kids on 2 days a week at school. Now it looks like they're taking them back to distance learning again. And my ringtone is for missing people. It's that one by, oh gosh, what's it called? I'll play it for you guys if I can find it. I finally found that they have a ringtone, and somebody said it should be my my theme song, so I made it my. Oh, where the heck is it? It's under settings. Yeah, I don't know how to do the intro. I actually contacted the girl that sings it. I can't remember her name right now. She never replied back. I asked her if she would write a song for my intro or something, but no one would do it. So here we go. I almost played. It's my favorite song. You guys probably know what song it is, but Rescue. I contacted her and she never replied back, so I asked her if she would be interested in writing our own song or if we could use it. She never replied. So, if you guys haven't ever heard that song, look up Rescue. I can't remember the name of the person that sings it right now. Here, since I can use my phone and go look it up. I have a bad memory. Lauren Daigle, and it's called Rescue. So if you guys haven't heard that song or watched her video or whatever, you should do it. Someone actually messaged me one day and said, every time I hear this song, it reminds me of you. So it became my theme song, but she never replied back. So I thought it would be really cool for her to write a little song for an intro or something, but right. I know a lot of people are waking up, but I don't know. I never have come across the right people to help me do it. I always thought maybe once I moved away from here, I would get those kind of things and the ball rolling on stuff. I really don't know how to get it going. I know that you have to do a lot of fundraising and get the funds to be able to even try to do that. But my idea was to take shelter dogs, with good noses or that can be trained, and take them out of the shelter and train them to be our own search dogs. And my idea was to have different teams in different areas, that if we needed to go to an area, we grab our dogs, we grab our searchers, we grab our psychics, and we go. And I feel like each, there would be different teams stationed in different areas. And, I asked her if she would let me use it. She didn't ever reply. So, so that was my idea, because I know that dogs need a purpose, and I think it would be awesome if we could do something like that. But like I said, I've never had the right people to work with me. I don't really know how to get a nonprofit started. I'm not really one that understands how all that works. So I would need someone to help me understand it and help me get going on it. And like I said, I do know that you do need, vice president, vice president, secretary, treasurer. You have to have all that. So, well, I mean, she kind of did say no because she never replied. But I emailed the email I found. Well, if I come across the right people, I think it will be done eventually. I've had this vision for a long time on it, and I think that it could happen if I had the right people around me. The problem is I've never had the right people around me. I had people that I thought were the right people, and they ended up not being the right people. So I would need loyalty with it, definitely, because when you start something like this, you can't just drop off in the middle of doing it. You have to stick with it, and you have to really believe in it. And, if you get mad at someone, don't just block them, you work things out. But it's hard to find business partners, which is what I would need on this. I would need some business partners. And then I would have to find some of the best psychic mediums that are good at what they do, along with private detectives and searchers and things like that. And I think all that together, we would find more missing people. Because I think that's where a lot of the search places are missing, is your psychic mediums to help look in areas. And if it's our own psychic mediums, we wouldn't feel bad about sending into areas and it being wrong. We all know that we get areas for a specific reason. So I really think that I'm hoping one day it'll work out. That's what I wanted to do for a very long time. It's just finding the right people to do it. But if any of you guys feel like you're the right people, email me, hit me up on Facebook. Never know, maybe we could get it started. So I still want to do it. It's just I have no idea how to get started, and I don't have the people, like I said. So it's been something I want to do for a really long time, because I get super frustrated. Like, I get frustrated when I want to go check out an area and I can't, And I think that I just get frustrated. I get super frustrated because I have no way to validate what I'm feeling on a map. I can feel all I want, but unless someone goes to that area and checks it out, I don't know if I was right or not. I don't know if there was someone there or not, because I find random bodies all the time. I'll be in an area, or I'll say a bunch of stuff around an area, and it turns up there was someone there the whole time. Just we don't know the city or state, because I never get a city or state, but it turns out, it matches up. So, I think it is too. It's just getting it started. Like, I would need, like I said, the right people around me and all of that to get it going, And with that, I would be able to even, if I can't send someone, I might be able to even go on location, because at that time I would have someone to watch my babies. Because that's one big thing. Like, I can't really go and do things is because I'm an animal lover. I love them more than people, and I've got a lot that I don't trust with no one. So, but if I did that, I would be able to probably find someone to help me with that situation. Yes, I need others to have the same vision I have and really want to do it and really commit and be loyal to it, and not say, oh, I'm going to do it, and then flake out, because that's how a lot of people are. I want to do it. Oh, I'm so into it. And then you start doing it, and then all of a sudden they all flake out. Like, I started working on a rescue idea. I had a bunch of people I was working on it with, and then I don't even talk to any of them anymore. So, you have to have someone that's going to be loyal. It's hard, because it's hard to find loyalty these days in anybody. But I do think that we could find more missing people this way. I do. Yep. So anybody that would like to be involved with that, if you've got loyalty and you're not one to just flake out, Hey, let's get it done. Let's get together. Let's get it done. Just message me or whatever. We'll start talking about plans and see what we need to do. It is scary right now, and it's hard to trust anybody. So, like I said, if you're loyal and need something you really want to do, let's do it. Let's do it. I've been ready for 8 years to do it. Let's do it. I do believe divine timing with everything. I feel like once I move from here and go where I want to go, that things are really going to take off in my direction in different ways. And I think this is one of them. I'd obviously have to have a trainer that knows how to train the dogs. So it's going to have to be a whole band of people. There's going to have to be different psychic mediums that take different cases, and they have their own group of searchers and private eyes and dogs that they work with. And that's the only way we'd be able to do it, because there's so many missing persons. I get told all the time, can you work on this case? 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 And people don't realize, it takes a lot to work on one case. Look how much work and time I'm putting just into Suzanne. It takes a lot of time. Sometimes I do multiple readings, a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of energy. Some cases I spend more time on than I do others. Just depends on how much the information is flowing and how much I'm getting. When I get to a point where I can't get any more, I don't. Right. I can't really start it till I get a board. That's what I'm saying. So that's why it hasn't gone anywhere. I haven't found my board. I haven't found my loyal people. When I find my loyal people, then we can all figure out how to do it together, right? Because I'm not good at that stuff, but someone else might be. That's why you have secretary. I just like to give the orders. And then everybody else can, help me figure it out together. I'm not good with paperwork and stuff, but I'm sure some of you are. Where other people are weak, some people are strong. So I really feel like, like I said, this is my platform to say it. If I have any loyalty members that really want to get into this and really do it, let's do it, because I have a vision of how I want it to work. And I think it could work out really well. I really do. But like I said, there's so many missing people in so many cases, we'd have to have different teams, because I wouldn't be able to take it on all myself. I'd have to outsource it to our teams. And, this team take this case, this team take this case. That way we could work on multiple cases at a time. So I think we could get more done that way. Definitely. I would like, because it's always hard, because I do the readings and then I have no one to check out the area, and I sit here and I stress out over it. I was a sergeant. I was a sergeant in the military. I'm not good at the paperwork and all those kind of finalities and stuff. My brain doesn't work like it used to when I was younger and I was a secretary. I could remember things and it would work really good. And now, sometimes I forget words. I went to go pick up Western Union for my aunt, and I was so embarrassed when I got up there and I couldn't even remember the word Western Union. I was all, I need this. And I was pointing, and she's like, oh, your truck number? I was like, no, I need money. And, she's like, oh, Western Union. I was like, yeah, that's what it's called. I'm sorry. Sometimes I can't remember names or words. So I never used to be like that. Before I got my gifts, I didn't have that problem. And I don't know why I have that problem where I forget words and stuff. So, but, like I said, anybody's interested in doing that with me, let's do it. I've been wanting to do it a long time. So, I just need people that are gonna. Well, I will have to start smaller, obviously. I mean, I obviously know it's not gonna get like that right away, but that would be how I would want to do it. I told him he needs his own dog because that's our biggest problem, is finding a dog. Because as humans, we can't really hit the spot like a dog can. And I used to want to have my own dog so I could go out on my own searches and take my own dogs. That was a vision for a while, but I didn't have the money to train them, and I don't know how to do it. but I was stuck on that for a while, training my own dogs to do it. And yeah, but all of this could be done remotely. It doesn't need to be done. We don't need to live next to each other to do it. Now with all the Zoom, the way you can have, like, look at us now. I'm talking to everybody all over the world. So the way that you have now, you can have virtual meetings. You don't need to be next to each other. So, well, there's other kind of dogs, not just bloodhounds. Bloodhounds are good, but there's also German shepherds are used a lot. Labs are used a lot. So I always thought, like, I wanted my own dog so that if I got called to a case, I could just take the dog and go. And I might have that one day. I don't know. I just never had the right. It's expensive though, man, because I wanted to do it too, but I just can't afford to do it because I think Aurora would be really good at it because, like I said, she just runs around smelling everything when she goes to new places. Yeah, that's been my song for quite a while after someone told me about it and said, "Hey, this reminds me of you." It's for all the missing people. So it's okay, Bubba. Here we go. But it's expensive. It's expensive to get him trained. And then I have Stop it, Cheyenne. And then I have Zook. He's a great service dog so far, but I would really like to get him trained to help me, like, do other stuff for me because I have a really bad back sometimes, and sometimes I have a hard time doing stuff. So, I want to. There was even a place down in LA that said they would do it for like $25 a week, and even that was a lot for me right now. So I don't know. Maybe eventually we'll see. But you guys don't have anything else to say? I think I'm going to hop off here. I'm always on here for like 2 hours, and I never mean to come on here that long. My dogs need to come in. I think I need to go make some food. I'm getting hungry. Yeah, I have PTSD too. I'm a lot better than I used to be. But I have a bad back and fibromyalgia and stuff, and so I would like to train him. He does go in stores with me and stuff, and I would like to train him to do some other stuff for me. He picks up very easily. He's a great dog in public. You would think I've trained him his whole life, but no, I haven't. He just came like that. So yeah, but greyhounds they don't really have a scent nose. They're more for running, and they have a lot of energy. The kind of dogs that they use for scent are she said, bloodhounds, German shepherds, labs are really good, and sometimes even the mixes. And they say mixes are really good because you take from the different breeds. But the greyhounds that's a different kind of hound. They're not really made for scent work, cadaver work. Yeah, they're coming up. So I think I'm going to hop off here. I need to go to the restroom, let my dogs in. And because now it's dark outside, I think, yep. And all of that. Queensland Healers, I don't think are scent dogs. I will look it up for you. I know that those 3 are what they usually use. And like I said, mixed breeds are really good too because, okay, so that's police work. I didn't ask for police work. I said cadaver dogs. So American Bull Terrier, Beagle, Belgian Malinois, Border Collie, Bloodhound, Coonhound, English Springer Spaniel, German Shepherd, surprised the American Pit Bull Terrier is on here. The Beagle, the Belgian Malinois, I've seen those guys a lot. I actually saw one, and he said he was going to train him to be a drug dog. Border Collie, Bloodhound, Coonhound, English Springer Spaniel, German Shepherd, short-haired pointer, German short-haired pointer. I don't know if you ever seen those dogs. Golden Retriever, Labrador Retriever, Nova Scotia Duck Trolling Retriever, Rough Collie, Smooth Collie. So those kind of dogs are all the ones with the noses. What makes a good cadaver dog? Drive, a good nose, and the ability to focus. A good cadaver dog needs to be deeply bonded to his handler and simultaneously be independent and to make decisions on his own. The dog needs to work as part of an inseparable unit with the handler, but also be independent enough that he's not constantly looking back for signals on what to do next. When solo is working scent, he won't look back at me for minutes at a time. He will be out there and I'll be trying to stay out of his way so he can do his best work. 9 out of 10 times you search and don't find someone, it can be very hard to find missing people. Think of it this way. Once you have one or two things in place, but bodies can disappear forever. We're so used to having everything wrapped up in a 50-minute television show, we don't realize how many years investigators work on cases and how many of them remain unsolved. And that goes along for psychics as well. It's one of the hardest things to find a body, and people need to understand that. It's no different than these searchers and stuff. So, Yep. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. It was good to see you all here. I guess I'll see you next time. I gotta try to figure out what the hell I'm gonna do without my computer because I can't type up readings without it. So, I don't know what I'm gonna do. As you guys know, that's how I channel typing. So, I am so frustrated right now. I can't believe that happened. But thank you guys. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you talking to me, always being cool and chill and hanging out and listening to what I have to say. It means a lot. And I always get tired when I come on here. So it's all your energy, probably spirit energy. I'm exhausted by the time I'm done. So the rice won't work. It's already into the keyboard. I cleaned it up right away, but there's no rice ain't going to work. It's a keyboard. Like, you can't take off the keyboard. It's already dried into the motherboard underneath. It's screwed, so it won't work. It wasn't that much. It was only a little bit. I mean, there is no more moisture. The problem is that it's underneath the keyboard. So it won't. It's too late for that. It's fried it. It's fried it. So, I wish I could have worked as hard on Linda, but it was hard because no one can find what I was looking for, and I wasn't filling anything on the map for her for some reason, and I don't really know why. But I kept seeing the same thing over and over, and no one could find it. But I don't know. So some cases are different than others depending on how descriptive the spirit is, how strong the spirit is, and how they make you feel. But I think I'm growing a little bit because I've been able to feel a little bit more in this case. But I will see you guys next time.